All right, guys. So this is the Bitcoin USD 30-minute chart. I just want to walk through a trade. This was a successful trade. All right, we started this trade and yesterday on June 30th. Today is July 1st of 2026. So let's go through. Let's look at. All right. So in the trading group, all right. Last night, like I said, you see up at the top, say June 30th is timestamp. All right, I was like, watch for liquidity sweep below this level. All right, before price heads higher. All right, so over 82% alone. So this may trigger a stop loss sweep. So I'm really looking for the price to come down to this area. All right, the old me, I see this. I'm like, okay, this is a double bottom. All right, you got bottom one over here, bottom two. I'm like, we're gonna go up. Yeah, and I still believe that we're still going to go up, but I understand how these sweeps were. I want to show you something. So, well, last night it was 82%. It's going to look a little different today because it's adjusting in real time. All right, right now we're at 84% of short, as you can see right here. All right, but keep that in mind. Keep this 84% in mind. But yesterday this was 82% long. All right, so look at this. All right, 82% long. And then I said price is sweeping as projected. So you see how it breaks down. But let's go back and let's look. All right, let's go back over here. And you see I talked about price coming down and sweeping. This is on June 30th. It's timestamp. All right. Then I talked about, stop loss has been moved into profit on Bitcoin loans. This is now 100% risk-free trade. All right, so you see price came back into the range. So you see where we are right now, still June 30th. All right, we swept. We're back in the range. Of course, I updated, July 1st up here at the top, timestamp. We see our targets were hit. Of course, now you see this is where we are in real time. But I want you to keep in mind, remember what I said about the 80. So now it's 84. 84% are short. 84% short in the last hour. Let's see what they were in the last 4 hours. So it's around 61%. It's not bad, but this 82%. Look at these two. So right now I'm on a 30-minute chart, so we got 14 minutes left on this candle right here. Right, but let's do these two last candles. This is an hour worth. Hour worth, 80, 84, 82% short. Why are we bullish? So you see how that worked, right? So even when we're down here, 82% of y'all are going long. Well, guess where all your stop losses are clustered at? And guess how I'm going to play to that as my advantage? So all I'm going to do. Look, all I focus on is one strategy mainly, is that's just the black line method, and I can play the game. The black line method, yes, it's something I created, but I did not create the Fibonacci. I use the Fibonacci tool, and there's things that I've added to it to help me. All I did, guys, was this. This is the origin of this drop. All right. I didn't have to adjust this. All right. I kept this. This is all I was measuring this move, this impulse move. All I wanted to see was price break down here, and then once price coming back across on this 11.8, I'm in the trade, I'm good. Now, typically I like to take it to the 50 or the 61%, which is the golden ratio, but why didn't I take it there this time? Instead, I took it up here. I took it up here because, for one, the previous day high was right there. I wanted to be sandwiched in between because I know this acts as a magnet. Price likes to come back to this area, okay? But then look at this chart. This is gold. I saw something on gold that looked awfully familiar. Watch me now. And this is what really adjusted my target, even though that other one was, like I said, sandwiched in between. But I really felt more confident after watching gold. All right. And so this strategy is what we call a precursor. All right. A precursor. You got other assets that flash before will show you what potentially the other asset will do. All right. What time is this? This is at 9:00 p.m. We get this sweep. Remember the sweep that we talking about? All right, so let's do this. So you remember that? Remember that sweep? This liquidity sweep right here. Look how we roll back over, come pull back down, and then we blast off, right? So let's go back and look at Bitcoin. See the sweep? 9 p.m. It's ironic, right? So both of them had the sweep. Okay. Look at I believe silver. Silver did something similar, I believe. Right here. But this was on Monday at 9. On theirs, that's I believe. Silver may be the wrong one. It could be this one over here. Could be this one over here. Because when this happened, all right, so you see right here, this would have been a double bottom at one point, right? But then we swept down, took it out. Now this happened on Thursday, but the same type of setup is happening. You know, we're coiling, we break it down, and all of a sudden we're trying to fight to get back up here to these levels. So seeing this type of pattern, you know, that they gave me a clue that, hey, you know what, maybe Bitcoin is going to actually do the same thing as well too. Yes, we're still going to use all the technical analysis as well, but you clearly see that they both have their similar setups. And so this is down here at the bottom. This is Bitcoin at the bottom, and then we got up here, this is gold. All right. So look, I want you to look at this. All right, so this is all right. So this is at 9:30. That's what I was wanting to do. So you can see this. So look at, this is 9:00 on Monday, guys, for gold. You saw it swept, and it gave us the move. Bitcoin did this on 9:00 on Tuesday, basically 24 hours later. All right. So, and even this little pullback right here could be the pullback right here, right? To the push up to get to the further up to the upside. So we may not even be done with this on Bitcoin. We may still push up to get to higher to cross this threshold here. All right. So let's look at yeah, so you got this threshold. Price did break above over here. All right. So we could be breaking above over here on Bitcoin as well. So they're similar. So this is what a precursor looks like. All right. You see that? Like I said, this was on Monday at 9, but then you look down here at Monday at 9. See that? Look where I'm at the bottom on Bitcoin, and then look where I'm at the top with 9:00 on gold. So one gave what potentially the other will do. Sometimes they flip-flop. You understand, we're in a rotational market, meaning that money rotates. It rotates from asset to asset. Okay, guys? That's how they make their money. They're not concentrated just solely into one thing. They rotate out. So a lot of times you can have a precursor, all right? And that's a whole nother strategy, all right, but that I use. But yeah, you just have to have an eye for it. But I didn't want to make this video no longer. That's it. It's your boy E White. Hit like, subscribe. I'm out.